Welcome to the NXT Stand and Deliver 2025 predictions. If you saw my autistic person trying to get WWE's attention, you already know my quick review, my quick predictions, but we're going to go over the other ones. So first and foremost, we're going to go over the number one contenders match, the WWE Women's Tag Team titles, and I have Wikipedia pulled up here, so I'll be reading off the computer. It is the Meta Girls Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. Fatal Influence containing of Fallon Henley and JC Jane, because I think Jasmine Nix is competing at the TNA special event. I think they have like their own app or something, and they do their special event, or it's a pay-per-view. I got to admit, I've been in and out of TNA. Like, thought process, so I don't know, but Tana Paxley and Gigi Dolan and Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. So, I think that Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade are winning. And if they face Liv and Raquel, or Bayley and Lyra, we'll figure that out tomorrow when I do the WrestleMania predictions. Because I'm waiting for Randy Orton, by the way. Actually, as soon as Randy Orton gets his opponent, I might pull SmackDown and record the video really quick for you guys. But let's not talk about that right now, because we're talking about Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. I think they're going to win the titles on Tuesday. And I think they get called up to the main roster in the draft, which I assume is going to be announced during WrestleMania. Even at Stand and Deliver. So, we have a ladder match for the Women's North American title. It's Zarya, Kalani Jordan, Sol Ruka, Izzy Dane, Lola Vice, and Thea Hale. So, I'm going to cancel out a couple of these right away. Zarya and Sol Ruka are a tag team. If they had women's NXT tag team titles, I think that would be a much better spot for them. Also, Sol Ruka just won the Speed title. She's probably winning today, or she has already won on Twitter. So, congratulations there. Kalani Jordan won a ladder match to become the first ever North American Women's Champion. I can see it happening again, but it's one of my lower picks, too. Izzy Dame, I don't think is ready. I think that they're going to use her more in the calling, and then she'll get more experience, and within a year's time, maybe not even a year, maybe 6 months, like she'll be ready to compete for this North American title. So we have Lola Vice and Thea Hale, both who qualified on Tuesday, and they're my top 2 picks. If you go to SmartGuyWoman.com and you saw their review, Tony Mago, who I'm in his Hall of Fame, remember I'm a Smart Guy Woman Hall of Famer, but he said Lola Vice is probably going to win, and Thea Hale's return was the good feel moment. I'm just going to go with full good moments here, and Thea Hale is going to win. The next one they're listing on Wikipedia is the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Women's title, as Stephanie McCare will defend against Julia, Jordan Grace, and Jada Parker. I'm going to make your list. Jada Parker, last. Julia and Stephanie McCare can flip number 3 and 2 for me. I think it should be Jordan Grace. If it is not Jordan Grace, Julia might take it back, or Stephanie retains. But I do think that Jada Parker is getting pinned. My prediction is going to be Jordan Grace, and that will give her the big moment. If not, this is not this. So if not Jordan winning this, then a heel has to win the ladder match and maybe be a transitional champion to Jordan. I think Jordan Grace needs championship gold on her. And it's one of those 2 titles. I also would like Jada Parker to be a champion for the North American title, but that's not something I have control of at the moment. We got the tag team titles, Fraxia versus Hank and Tank. They have their last names written there, and I don't know if I've ever actually seen their last names written. It's Hank Walker and Tank Ledger. And this is for the NXT the North American tag team titles, yes. The NXT tag team titles. Excuse me, I had to breathe because I am under the weather, so hopefully I get better soon. Or WrestleMania is just going to make me sicker. But that's not the point. Anyway, I think Hank and Tank are winning. And the reason being is I think that Fraxium are going to drop the tag team titles before they go up to the main roster. I always thought they were going to go as singles, but I really have been enjoying this tag team as of late. Like, even though they may be losing the titles, I think this is going to be a great match because Fraxium always puts on a great match. So I'm going for Hank and Tank to become the new tag team champions. I don't have really much to say about Ricky Starks versus Ethan Page, though. Ricky Starks just debuted. It's kind of, I guess he's undefeated, technically. I don't know about the house shows, but I'm sure he's been winning on the house shows. I would love it if Ethan Page won the title, but I also think Ethan Page is competing tonight at TNA. If he's not, is that the tag team match with Joe Hendry? Again, I've only heard bits and pieces about the TNA thing. That's why we're not doing a TNA review. I don't really know too much about it. But I'm going to say Ricky Starks retains, and maybe Ethan gets it down the road. Maybe Ethan goes to the main roster. You know? Like, I can see him being kind of in that R-Truth category of comedy character, but like as a heel, like kind of Chelsea Green territory. And maybe they put the United States title on him. It's an idea. Alright, so now we got the D'Angelo family. This is going to consist of Tony D'Angelo, Channing Stacks Lorenzo, and Luca Crucifino. And they're going to have Adrian Rizzo in their corner. Against Dark State, which is Dion Lennox, Coulter James, Sequoia Sugars, or Arissa Griffin. This is probably the first time I announced those people's names. Dark State is not losing. Dark State is going to win, and they're probably going to be... I just thought of this, and this is sad. I think Tank and Hank are going to be a transitional tag team champions to the team of Dark State. I also wonder if there's a play of Dark Side of the Ring, but we don't have to get into that because we got to get into the main event of the evening. And that's Obafemi defending the world title against Trick Williams and Javon Evans. So, it's 33% for each person to win, right? And I agree with that. That anybody could win this. Trick Williams could win, and he's revealed as the leader of Dark State. Javon Evans could win. Excuse me. Javon Evans could win, and it's like the 20-year-old. I kind of wish he was still 19, so he could beat Page's youngest champion, but it can happen. I feel it, but until proven wrong, which I guess it was proven wrong because I think I went with Tony D'Angelo against Obafemi when he lost the title because he was literally tied for 273 days with Wes Lee for longest combined reign. But they screwed up Wes Lee too. I think he was like 3 days away from the former one overall. Wow, they screwed that up twice. That's not the point. I think Obafemi's going to retain. And the reason I think that he's going to retain is even if Dark State interferes, I think him... Let's pretend Trick Williams is the leader of Dark State. I think that Oba and Javon are able to fight them off. And Trick Williams does get a shot in. He gets a shot in, maybe on Javon, and Oba pins him. I don't think any of these guys are going to the main roster. But we are going to see a Stand and Deliver. So don't forget, Stand and Deliver, I believe, starts at 12 o'clock. And it will have a pre-show with a match. I don't know if I mentioned that the Fatal 4-Way is on the pre-show. Marquette Woman told me that. I did not know that. And then you got 15 minutes between the pre-show of WrestleMania and the ending of Stand and Deliver and the pre-show of WrestleMania. I will be with Smart Out Moment, if anybody is wondering. We're listening to their post-show. They said they might do a quick one. I will probably not do a post-show because I don't want cheap views. Okay, wait, hold on. Rewind that. Smart Out Moment does it to be educational and give their opinion. I don't want to just post, oh, here are the winners, because that's cheap views. They don't do that. They give an educated review of the show and give their predictions. I could give my predictions if I wanted to, but now I'm rambling. I got my content. I just finished my rise in WWE 2K, so I'm going to be uploading that during WrestleMania weekend. And I will catch you in the WrestleMania predictions video. But in the meantime, stay nice for disability rights.